Power plants that generate electricity by means of atomic energy are in operation in several countries. Scientists hope to solve many of the problems in the use of atomic energy, and many scientists now believe that atomic energy will be the most important source of electric power. A. In the future. B. When it is tried. C. In the laboratory. D. In the army. The answer is A. In the future. Yellowstone National Park is one of North America's oldest national wildlife preserves. The beautiful animals living in the park have never learned to fear people, because they are protected and have never been given a reason for fear. Hunting at Yellowstone is A. An exciting sport. B. Forbidden by law. C. Easy for beginners. D. Very destructive. The answer is B. Forbidden by law. When the monkey danced for the animals, they all applauded loudly. Then the camel tried to do a dance, but it was so awkward that all the animals laughed. This story teaches us that we do not all have the same A. Talents. B. Animals. C. Dances. D. Friends. The answer is A. Talents. There is much work going on in a big city at night. Many factories operate night shifts of workers. Hospitals are open and police and fire departments are on duty. Morning newspapers are being printed and sent out. Some radio and television stations are broadcasting all night, and public transport maintains a limited schedule for late-night passengers. In fact, a large part of a big city never A. Works. B. Is busy. C. Stays light. D. Sleeps. The answer is D. Sleeps. The pawnbroker is a person who lends money and keeps as security articles, such as clothing and jewels, that belong to the borrower. The sign that pawnbrokers use originated as the design on the coat of arms of a wealthy family in the Italian city of Florence. Before the days of banks, the members of the family were known as A. Wholesalers. B. Librarians. C. Art patrons. D. Moneylenders. The answer is D. Moneylenders. The Huanghe is the second largest river in China. In the Huanghe flood of 1887, nearly 1 million people died. When that river flooded in 1931, nearly 4 million people died. Because of the many floods that have brought death and hunger to so many people, the river has sometimes been called A. Huanghe. B. Yellow River. C. China's Sorrow. D. China's Greatest. The answer is C. China's Sorrow. From a purely selfish point of view, it is not advisable to let people know that you think they are stupid. You might be wrong, in which case they will quite justifiably A. Form the same opinion of you. B. Defer to your ability to judge others. C. Continually ask you for advice. D. Concur with your opinion. The answer is A. Form the same opinion of you. The London Zoological Society, at Regent's Park, has a collection of thousands of wild animals from hundreds of species. Several million people visit the park every year, and these visitors are not all children. Zoos are of great interest to people of all A. Ages. B. Countries. C. Species. D. Habits. The answer is A. Ages. A familiar Bible story tells that Joseph advised the Pharaoh of Egypt to store some food during 7 years of plenty for use during the following 7 years of famine. This story illustrates the modern insurance principle of A. Investing money wisely. B. Aiding other nations. C. Preparing for the future. D. Paying high premiums. The answer is C. Preparing for the future. A man had a goose that laid golden eggs. He grew tired of waiting for an occasional treasure, so he killed the goose, thinking that it must be solid gold inside. To his disappointment, the man found that the goose was quite ordinary on the inside. This story is told to teach that people often lose what they already have if they are A. Greedy. B. Wealthy. C. Lucky. D. Envious. The answer is A. Greedy.